Lyft friends, my YouTube subscribers, I think that Uber's biggest legal woes, biggest legal problems still lie ahead. And I'm huge into collecting evidence. You know, if you want to make a case, if you want to debate a case, if you're standing in front of a judge, you know, evidence at trial is crucial, right? So I keep on collecting evidence, collecting screenshot, listen to these recordings, right, of the Uber helpline, the 1-800-593-7069 number. Rick Reeves, yo. So I collect this data information so I can back up my arguments one day. It is my opinion that the company Uber is misleading the driver who's referring another driver and that driver who's being referred. And I refer to the system that they implicate at this 1-800 help center as the Uber hamster wheel, a deliberate manipulating way to keep the driver in the hamster wheel, so something never ever gets resolved, right? And with the hopes that people give up, walk away, because the moment they would walk away, Uber's freed and saved up money that they don't have to pay out. I'll give you an example. I'm on the phone with a gentleman called Aju, A-J-U, not going to mention his last name. He signs up, and in his city, he has to complete 25 trips in order to get his bonus. There it says, congratulations, Torsten. Aju signed up. You get $100 when he completes 25 trips. There it is. It's right there, black and white, right? The driver also appears in my app. There it is. So we go back and forth. And this pattern, this is not just a once-off. In all types of variations, this happens every day. And I've calculated that Uber owes me in and around $300,000 US on outstanding referrals that they are not paying out using this type of system not to pay me out, right? But I think they're making their biggest mistake, because I know for a fact that the statute of limitations is 3 years. So as long as I keep on collecting all this evidence, the Cobra might strike at a future date, right? This is money I want back. And I'm not the only one standing here. I've heard this issue. I've spoken to drivers upon drivers upon drivers, and they are facing the same way, facing the same problems. Now, I've had conversations with people at the Uber Help Center, and their excuses or their ways vary so much from one person to the other, right? So in this particular one, I even took a conversation this morning. This guy's name is Jaspreet, Jaspreets. That's his name, Jaspreet S. And the conversation was on Wednesday, April the 10th. He has been trained in one specific way to stonewall you or to push you off into the hamster wheel, right? Saying, you know what, hey, we need his name, we need his full name, we need his email address, his phone number, as they say over here, right, in the reply. After I've furnished all of the information, after they can see the guy's already in my system. To test the system, the phone call before I make to another lady also at the helpline, yes, I can see him. Yes, I can see him. He's in your system. You will be paid out within 24 hours. Two completely different stories, and a story to really confuse you, right? So there you are waiting 24 hours, nothing happens. You call the next guy. He then puts a different spin on it, and you're back in the wheel. Nothing is resolved. So once I show all the manipulating ways, all the abusive ways, all the malicious ways, right? Malicious is a big word in legal terminology. To mislead a driver who is referring another driver, or to mislead a driver who's waiting for their referral bonus, you'll be astounded. I tell you, my evidence is so overwhelming, because what I do is these conversations I make note, I have people listening in, so I have a backup witness. I take screenshots. My friends, if I have a $300,000 issue against Uber, can you imagine when you start projecting that worldwide, how many people are facing similar issues as I am? So my request to both Uber and Lyft, specifically to Uber, if you want to avoid this type of publicity, if you want to avoid future lawsuits, be upfront and honest with the public, with the drivers, with your passengers, right? Don't have skeleton after skeleton come out of the closet, right? Because I can tell you what, I thought the hype was the value on Uber was going to be $100 billion. Sorry, $120 billion. Today, they say it's barely $100 billion, and they're going to sell 10 billion of that off, right? The investors want their money back, and they want their money back quickly. And they just want Uber to take them to the finishing line, which is the IPO line, right? What happens after that, I don't know. My guess is that these people want to cash in, right? Because they're bleeding cash, right? So just another way where I think Uber, in my opinion, is maliciously going after drivers and taking their referral dollars away, their per mile dollars away, their per minute dollars away, just to appease and please these investors, right? Rick Reeves, negative earnings, yeah. Get him, Tiger, Torsten, Hankotis. You bet, my friend. I'm geared up, locked and loaded, right? And it's all about timing. I'm not going to fire off blanks at night. I'd rather keep my legal guns locked and loaded. And one of my private clients that I do private trips for is the head of a law firm that has already won a lawsuit against Uber in the past, right? Not going to mention their name. So I have good people on my side, and I've never been afraid to take on big companies. You can research my case against McDonald's. McDonald's, the food company, right? An individual in my name, Torsten Kuhner, taking them on in Los Angeles Superior Court. They settled with me. And great changes were made to all the branches after that. So I was the reason, my lawsuit was the reason for great changes at all these McDonald's outlets, which again, that would have cost them an absolute fortune, right? So I'm not afraid to take on these corporates. I will definitely use media power. This is just social media power. You know, when you see the Rolodex of journalists and reporters and emails and phone numbers that I have, that's how I went out and made my .com successful and sold them, right? I believe in PR, and pushing out a lot of PR, especially these big websites like PR Web, PR Buzz. They're brilliant. Anyone launching a company, I'll vouch for PR Web or PR Buzz. They get you into places. Not going too far off track. The Uber hamster wheel, my friends, is a deliberate helpline maliciously set up to frustrate the driver, in my opinion, to not pay out the driver and to keep them in a hamster wheel. And like I said, I've had conversations with these individuals in the Philippines, and what they said, my friends, is shocking. You just have to get them to warm up and open up, right? They will talk. They'll talk for an hour, right? And they say that everything is recorded, so that's good. It's all recorded, right? Uber can't selectively say, oh, that conversation was not recorded. No, you have subpoena power, just like you have subpoena power in politics. You go after the company, you do the request for information, you send the derogatories, you send out your depositions. I have a lot of experience in that field, right? You sit them down and you ask the tough questions. And if they say that every conversation is recorded, I'm happy it's recorded. It only adds to the evidence, my friend. So I don't care if they don't see this. The bottom line is I keep on collecting evidence. And right now they're in $300,000 plus in the minus with me, and I will collect. And I think if I step forward, many other people will use my evidence to also collect. Another thing that Uber and Lyft try to push on the driver, they say they're not going to pay out for international referrals because of dual taxation issues, problems. Biggest BS excuse I've ever heard. There are individuals that have to pay taxes in several countries, maybe US, Canada, or US, Germany, or US, Spain, because they're conducting business in various areas. So the dual taxation has always been around. The company will collect it. The country will collect its taxes if you're operating a company in their borders, right? So if I am sending a driver to Toronto, Canada, and he is processed in Canada and is driving in Canada, but I referred him, I should be collecting their dollars. The excuse is, sorry, we cannot pay you out dual to dual taxation purposes. BS, you can pay out. You have another big legal issue going on. So, Mike Bastoni, you're right. Get them. Yes, I'm. As you can see, I've gone a little bit dark night in the last 2 weeks against Uber. I've reached that threshold. I'm fed up, not only with being bullied around and not being paid out by them, but when I read all the complaints in my YouTube channels and when I go into these live chat rooms and I read what people have to say, there's a common denominator, and the common denominator is called unhappiness. And unhappiness comes from treatment, the way you treat people, the way you disrespect people, right? So I had some F-tard, let me just say the word fucktard yesterday. A Wall Street guy called Sacco, S-A-K-O, I think Sacco K. That's the name he goes under. He has a little video of him in a bowling alley where he gets a strike. My friend, that's probably the only positive strike you ever got in your life, because I'll tell you one thing, you have no clue. And this guy was viciously attacking us drivers, saying we have no clue, the drivers have no clue about rideshare companies, the executives like Derek Kay and know exactly what they're doing, and we should just shut up. So this conversation went private into another room, and him and I duked it out, and he backed off, he vanished. He wouldn't, I wanted him to stay in, right? And I don't mind a good verbal boxing fight, debating a person, because if he's viciously attacking this Wall Street guy who's trying to protect the Uber shares, who's attacking me and speaking about my driver friends in my channels that we all don't have a clue, and then we're talking crap and we don't know how it works. I have news for you, suck, okay, right? That you may cash in temporarily at an IPO because you are faking it till you're making it. But reality doesn't fade away, my friends. The sun only comes out, when the clouds disappear. And right now, there are too many clouds hovering around. There's too much gray. The sun can't come through. Clarity and truth cannot come through, my friends. So, Sacco K, you're on the wrong side of history, right? When you are attacking, and I will stand up for all drivers, for Uber and Lyft drivers, because they are the company. And you have no idea, Sacco K, how much leverage and power us drivers have over you, the investor, right? We have a ton, because we will determine in the future what happens or what doesn't happen, right? So I had to share that with you because, man, that was a 1 hour back and forth on the keyboard, right? And clearly the guy said he's a financial guy. He's got money invested, and he was just trying to protect Uber and Uber executives and Uber management. Fat little fucking ugly guy, right? Shouldn't say that. No judgment. I'm sorry. But here he is. He was like, he's sweating all over, his clothes all dirty. He's playing bowling there and sharing a video. which had a lot of negative remarks, and he's spewing his crap on drivers. Had to vent, guys, sorry. But I enjoy a good verbal bashing. What do my friends see? Are they walking into what? They're walking into a buzzer. Help me out here. They're walking into a buzzsaw. I like that one. They are. Just keeps on coming, man. Lawsuit after lawsuit. Remember yesterday, these women filed a lawsuit, these women that were raped, and just one after the other, right? And then you got other people from the financial world, from the Wall Street, that are trying to push back and do positive spin media. And then on the other side, us drivers are just injecting the truth, telling what's going on with us, so that investors or the public sees, hey, this is how the drivers are being treated. Right now, I see no difference, my friends, between these two, humans and animals, that they're treating us like animals, like hamsters in a wheel. And I've just shown you another classic example with proof laid out there, black and white, in their own system. But you got to call in again and again and again, and you have to see the variation of their excuses. Every single time, there's 4, 5 different variations, excuses to one issue. You will hear 5 different stories. It's almost like there's a randomizer, and hey, I answer the phone, let me use this pitch line, blah, blah, blah. I've heard all the pitch lines. I have recorded all the pitch lines. I have evidence of all the pitch lines. I have people listening in on the conversations, hearing all the pitch lines, right? So their system, like I say, is designed to literally tire you out and screw you over. So you give up, you walk away, right? Because after this little hamster has been in that wheel for 3 hours, he is so tired, he just goes, lies down under his straw and sleeps all day, right? So all they do is eat, spin, sleep, and whatever else they do. Anyway, that's how they treat us. Coney stole, it means they messed with the wrong dude. Listen, I don't want to come across as this little dude poking them in their backside. That's not how I want to perceive, right? I want to collect evidence, listen to stories, and if necessary, deliver the Mike Tyson uppercut knockout, one shot. He did it successfully. Most of Mike Tyson's fights were won in the first round knockout. So, he goes in there cocked and loaded with a game plan. Only after Mike Tyson was mismanaged, only after Mike Tyson went off the rails, after he got sued, did he start losing his fights. But when Mike Tyson was in his element, focused, he was unstoppable. That's how I'd like to operate with this. Collect evidence. Right now, you owe me $300,000, Uber, and probably in 6 months, it's going to be a lot more. But I have a lot more evidence in 6 months, and I have a 3-year statute of limitations to act on you, and I will. And who knows, I might not be the only one. It might be a class action lawsuit, because the treatment that I'm receiving is BS, and I will not stand for it. Butterbean. Butterbean's a legend. That Butterbean is that king of the 4-minute rounds. Yeah, that big fat guy. If you guys ever want to watch funny boxing fights, go onto YouTube and put in Butterbean. The big, staunch, fat guy. When he knocked, he usually knocked them out. But he couldn't last for more than 5, 6 rounds because he'd run out of gas. He'd get so tired. He was carrying so much overweight. But when he hit you with a 30-pound hammer across the face, and it was game over. Glad you brought up Butterbean. I know all the boxers. I hang out with a lot of boxers now. I have a lot of boxer friends that are in the world rankings right now, here in the US and in South Africa and in Europe. Know a lot about the boxing world. Met Mike Tyson, met Floyd Mayweather, met Sugar Ray Charles, met a lot of the top boxers out there. It's a sport that I enjoy, and I Did a lot of boxing myself as a teenager and in my 20s to stay fit. Not professionally, not ever in a fight. I just loved the physical workout and always being ready. Love, 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 love boxing. Travis Kalanick, Holyfield. Holyfield, we got into boxing right now. Let's stay with boxing for a while. Holyfield, you remember the famous story, Tyson Holyfield, where Tyson bit his ear off because Holyfield was frustrating him. He had a game plan to break down Tyson. And Holyfield did beat Tyson once. And I think Tyson also beat Holyfield once. I think there was a rematch. In fact, I met Evander Holyfield in Houston. He has a big church down there. I went there with some friends for a gospel on a Sunday, and I met him. Just said hi. I have a lot of photos with my kids, my little one, my 11-year-old, who's now 11, but a couple of years ago, at Tyson's house. And my 11-year-old said to Tyson, I watched your videos and you are a legend. And he goes, come sit down here, my friend. I like you. And he sat him down on my lap, on his lap. And he gave my son a pair of boxer shorts and a boxing glove signed. Right? I will show the pictures gladly as proof if anybody wants to see them. So yeah, no doubt I love boxing, and a lot of people here are sharing some cool stories. But this to me is a boxing fight. This is going to be a 15-round boxing fight, right? People not happy with the way they've been treated, with their referrals not being paid out. I think screwed over. I believe, in my opinion, cheated. They'll be boxing in the right corner. They'll be wearing blue and white shorts, and in the left corner, you'll have Uber execs and Uber legal department in their black boxing shorts. And it's going to be a 15-round scheduled 15-round fight. I predict a knockout in the first or second round for the drivers. Milasio sounds Italiano. What if in a city all drivers use destination filter? I think chaos would break out if everyone was just constantly using destination filters. That's why they had it in some cities 7 and they limited it to 2. Probably screws up the algorithms. Savage scientists, when all the rideshare YouTubers going to get together, like when the Upreneur did this 10K sub party. It's going to happen. I'm trying to organize a summit, a rideshare summit in July, and get all of the people together and invite a lot of the industry leaders. It really depends on the treatment that I'm going to get in the next 6 months. I am a little anti-Uber at the moment, as you can hear and see. I've gone very dark night in the last 2 weeks because I've made demands for certain documentation. I've made demands for certain payment, and they're stonewalling me. They're giving me every excuse under the sun not to pay me out, right? And I know why they don't want to pay me out, and I know why they don't want to talk to me, because it's just pre-IPO time, right? So I'm not a happy camper as far as Uber goes. I will always still help any Uber driver in any city, show him the ways how to make money, right? Because that's a whole different case. If you need a job and you need to make money, it is my duty, I think, to show you how. So that's the one side. That's the one side I enjoy, the helping, the training, the support, signing up people. The other side is a personal battle with Uber, with a corporate company. That's my personal beef with them, because it's just too much money. Too much money is owed, right? And I have to make some decisions. Of course, if I were to go after them legally, I don't think my accounts would be active, but so shall it be. In that case, I would form a rideshare body, a rideshare organization, rally every driver in the US and internationally, raise funds, and then structure walkouts, drive-outs, strikes, because nobody's done that properly. And I will use media contacts, journalists, TV, like we did successfully in LA at the strike. We were very successful. And I will call upon all the YouTubers to back me. That if we organize things, we'll organize it in a systematic fashion. We'll all switch off the apps. And the only people that'll keep the apps on are the ultra desperates that really need the money. But if we can get 60 to 70% organized over a specific duration, 5 to 7 days, they will hear us loud and clear. Don't push me to that point, Uber. That's all I can say. Part of Dark Knight Rises was filmed in Pittsburgh. Very interesting. I did not know that. They might have left a bat tumbler here if you're interested. Okay, I'll come and collect that. I might need that. I like that. Uber filing $1 probably tomorrow. Yeah, S1, we should find out what bonuses we're going to get then. Yeah, we should find out. Correct. Nathan Dunn, that's a good point. Please email or text me the moment you have any news, right? Hopefully we do get some sort of reward, right? They owe it to us. Terry Smith, what happened to the rates? Tell us about it. That's what happened. Travis Kalanick is in the house. I wish it was you, my friend. I wish it was you. Not the fake Kalanick in the house, but the real Travis Kalanick. And he says, good luck, sir. I'm routing for you. Listen, if you're the real Travis Kalanick, I've routed for you since day one. You can look at my videos. I've been, even when people were bashing you, I was behind you. I saw you as like the hero, the pioneer who opened up all the gates and made this business happen. So I hope you are the real Travis Kalanick, because the real Travis Kalanick, once he got into a fight with a driver in a black car in San Francisco, you know, and it's okay if he went out with his girls and had some drinks. He's totally entitled to do that. But what I liked is that he apologized to the driver afterwards, looked at the numbers, and actually paid the guy for those cars that he invested. There's quite a bit of money that came out of Travis. That, to me, put him like in the superhero status. I don't care what people say about Travis. Okay, I think he played his role and he did it well. What I'm more worried about is the people that took his position, right? Because they made it a mission to really screw over the driver. And I'm talking about Derek Kay and co, right? They systematically broke down the psyche of the driver. They broke down the trust of the driver. They broke down the respect of the driver, right? Travis didn't do that, right? So in my eyes, like I say, I'll stand by the words. I think he's a rideshare superhero. I think the fools that followed, I don't think they did the company any justice. They're just here to please Wall Street, to please the IPO, to please SoftBank, to please Google, to please the investors. They're not out here to please us. It's our duty to fight back, right? So Travis Kalanick is laughing. The fake Travis Kalanick is laughing. Alex Maziri, I'm with you, brother. And then Travis Kalanick, I love it. I love the fact that somebody's got the balls to call themselves his name. And he just says, I'm just here to make someone smile or laugh. You know what? If that is your game plan, that is a good game plan. I support it. I think it's important to make people smile and laugh and inject happiness into everyday's life. So you've succeeded on that one, Travis. Let's see, Ed Ponia, 3 years of driving with Uber, and my pay is 1/3 of what it was in the beginning. Yeah, there we go. Ed Ponia, thank you for sharing. Listen to him, 3 years of driving with Uber, and my pay is 1/3 of what it was in the beginning. Who do you think you blame for that? I blame no other than Derek Kay and a couple of people around him making those decisions. I blame no blame anybody else but the investors putting the pressure on the executives to make those decisions that hurt the drivers. Drivers have all the power, and we will show it. We will show it when the time is right. You know, I've put in a lot of hours to get up to the 33,000 subscriber mark. I have 8 channels, by the way, not just this one channel, right? So my subscribers go well over the 50,000 mark in rideshare. That doesn't exclude other type of industries like the real estate or the natural supplement industry. I have my subscribers there as well, right? But what I do know is that you can leverage a lot of power through social media. What I do know is that you can call upon your troops, your ground troops, other YouTubers. What I do know is if you have a massive Rolodex of emails and names of reporters, TV stations, outlets, and you let them know in advance what's going to happen. For example, March 25th, there's going to be the strike. Forewarn them, invite them down. Is that media has all the power. It really does, right? Because there's one thing any corporate company hates is to have to conduct damage control after negative stories. Travis Kalanick, I love you. I support the rideshare professor. If anyone is a straight shooter, it's you. Listen, if this is the real Travis, and I hope it is, I pray it is, 480-393-6318. I'll take you down to the Ocean Club on PCH for a nice dinner at Mastro's, and let's talk. You know, let's start a new company. Because if one thing Travis knew how to do was, as an individual, literally change the world of how taxis are taken. One individual, right? Just like Elon Musk, one individual changes space, traveling, space, satellite systems. One guy, one mover and shaker shook up the car industry with Tesla, Elon Musk. One pioneer in the rideshare industry shook it up and changed everything, Travis Kalanick. One individual who shook up the hotel industry, the founders of Airbnb, right? It's changed forever. You adapt or you die. You adapt or you die. Larry Paley, what's that number? Here it is. Here is the number. 480. That's the number, my friends. Not shy to share it. Anybody wants to ring it right now in this thing? Call me. First person to call, I'll take the call. It's not ringing. Somebody call me. Travis, call me. Alex Maziri says, you're the best professor rideshare in the rideshare business. I'm a little scared of all the situation. I just bought a Cadillac Escalade ESV Black because the new Uber rules change. That car, Alex, the first thing you do is you spend $800 and get your TCP, your chartered permit, right? You spend very little building out your social media. I'll help you to get private clients. You make videos in your high-end areas. I don't know what city you are in. Share your city with me. I'll tell you what your high-end areas are. You go and you make videos with your... We have Florida in the house. We're live with Florida. Who do I have?
Larry. Florida. I need to speak to you off the air when you have a moment.
It's Larry.
Real estate.
It's
a real estate joint venture that I want to do with you on the residential side.
Perfect.
But I'm watching you on my other phone. But
cool.
I would appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And
yes.
What time? I'm on 3:25 Eastern Standard Time what time is a good time for me to
let me wrap up this live feed. Talking to one of the individuals, I put the shout out that somebody can call me. This guy called me. I'll call you right after the live feed, Larry. I appreciate the call.
And I'm the person that you're speaking to on that live feed. So
I say hello. I see you. I'll speak to you soon. Thank you. Bye. Okay, that was I invited anyone to give me a call, right? So he wants to talk about real estate, and we shall. Geez, now the phone's going. Hello, California. Who?
Diego, how are you, sir?
Sorry, who's speaking?
Paul Figueroa down in San Diego.
Yes, Paul, are you in the room?
I am in the room.
Fantastic. How's your day going?
Fantastic. I'm a good friend of Thomas Gibson.
Thomas Gibson, love the guy. He's the guy who's helping getting his channel. He actually just broke his arm. I hope he recovers quickly and he's back in his car, right? Guy actually broke his arm.
He had surgery this morning.
Okay, I hope that went well.
Yeah, he had to have lots put in, but he said everything was going to go good. I should talk to him later today.
Okay, well, tell him, we tell him that all the people in the room get better wishes to Thomas Gibson, the rideshare driver down in San Diego. Give him a thumbs up. He literally snapped his bone here and is recovering and cannot get in the car and drive. So let's all send him good well wishes right now. So he sees this video later because his buddy is calling on his behalf. I appreciate the call, my friend.
Not a problem, Torsten. You have a good day.
You have a fantastic day. Drive safe out there. All right, that's it. Those are the only two calls I'm taking. But we're sending Thomas Gibson a speedy recovery. Central Oregon Rideshare Pro just in time to end. To end what? Alex Mazzeri is in Dallas. You know, Alex, the challenge that you have is you have to research all the high-end, and I'm talking 4.5, 5-star hotels in Dallas. You have to research all the big golf clubs. You have to buy the high society magazines, and you have to see what's going on fundraiser-wise in some of the big hotels. You have to see what type of events, sports events, football events, etc., are going on in Dallas. And you need to recruit around those areas. Also in high-end zip codes, because you've made that investment into a Cadillac. I bought myself one for Christmas, the Platinum. It's an expensive car, right? You want the money back, right? So I'm telling you that the combination of Uber SUV, Lyft SUV, possible backup Uber XL if it gets quiet, that you could ask them to put you in that category as well, because that car does qualify. You're not going to get paid SUV rates, but it's a nice category to get you out of certain spots if it is very, very quiet. You have to capitalize on the early morning runs from high-end hotels to the airport, and you have to capitalize on events, and you have to capitalize on airports, and you have to capitalize on your Friday and Saturday nights. That's how you make that car pay for itself, and that's how you make a profit with that car. And I've done it over and over again, so it does work. Paulo Freya Jr., how are you, my friend? Louisiana, I love it. Are you in New Orleans, Savage Scientist? What part of Louisiana? I can't even, and I always used to say New Orleans. People are telling me it's New Orleans. And I always say Louisiana, but it's Luciana or something like that. I can't pronounce those two. I have so much difficulty with them. Cool. Baton Rouge, beautiful. Beautiful area. I love it. I was actually down there for New Year's Eve. Had a good time. Houston, Texas, in the house. Eric Javel, your senator, is a good friend of mine. Rodney Ellis. Love Houston. I stayed in Tanglewood, I think it was, close to the Galleria off Bering for 1.5 years. So I know Houston well. Mike C., how are you, buddy? New Haven, Connecticut in the house. Gorgeous, gorgeous part of the country. Omar Dar. Gustavo Rosales, San Diego. San Diego, California, baby. Say hi to beautiful La Jolla to me. Say hi to Pacific Beach to me, from me. Philly in house. Rideshare helper. Everyone send Philly regards. Atlanta in the house. Beautiful. Georgia, which part? Teresa Bobs. Beautiful. Steel City. James Campbell. San Fernando Valley. Sean Rader. There we go. San Fernando Valley. Which part? Woodland Hills, Van Nuys, Sherman Oaks. Where? Shout out from Largo, Florida. Uber Bucks, Philly guys. Thank you. Ed from Chicago. Very cool. Teresa Bobs, Decatur. I hope I'm saying that correctly. People laugh at me sometimes the way I pronounce some of these American cities. Ed in Minneapolis. Edward Anderson in the house. Savage Scientist, DK Tour. DK Tour. Oh, that's how you pronounce it. DK Tour. Ah, thank you. When we sound this nationwide strike. Mike C., I might be the guy that will put it together. I have to have some face-to-face time with Uber. Uber legal. I don't want to see the other guys. I need some face-to-face time, and I think I'll be going up there soon because I don't like what's happening. Granada Hills in the house. Yes, that's the one. I've been there. Forest Lake. Stephen Mayer. Shout out, Stephen. Mark Hiddens, San Francisco. God, that's a stunning city. My kids love San Francisco. Daddy, when can we go back to San Francisco? Man, that city is expensive, but there's so much to do, especially down at the pier. Jamie Almeida, I will stand with you. We'll stand together. All of us will stand together. It'll be very organized. The one thing that I will do, spend the money to set up the infrastructure, the websites, collect the emails, and get organized. That's the only way you do it. You don't just do willy-nilly little half-a-day strike here. It's got to be organized, systematic, a date, a future date, and then have everyone rally around it, and you put your foot down. Enough is enough. And we'll call on our brothers overseas as well, every country. In Germany, I will make a message. I'll say, meine Freunde in Deutschland, wir machen einen Überstreik. Wir brauchen sie in Berlin, in Düsseldorf, in Hamburg, in Munich. I will call upon my friends in the Netherlands, my vrienden in die Nederlandse, in Amsterdam, in Rotterdam. Je moet samen met ons staan met die Überstreik. We'll call them in all languages, my friends. All corners. We got your back. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Jamie Almeida, I hear you loud and clear. You can see the vibe of my live messages lately. I've gone dark night, and I'm not afraid to say that, right? Because systematic treatment, ill treatment, malicious treatment towards drivers, no more, right? So good luck with your little IPO. Cash in as much as you can, because when the next morning you wake up, reality sets in. We're watching, and we're going to pay a close look. That means drivers might get organized, and I'll guarantee you I will be one of the main dudes, and hopefully there'll be some dudesses, girls and guys rallying together, nationwide, international, systematic, organized striking will come. I'm not saying now. It's not like a threat where I'm announcing a date. I'm saying it will come if they don't start treating us better, right? And even if we start an organization, everybody chips in $2 or $5. You know what we can do with that? We can buy PR. We can buy PR web announcements for $300-400 a shot, right? Because sometimes to make noise, you have to pay for noise. You have to pay for the wooden handles and the placards, the boards where you write the messages, right? Like at the last strike, there were a few hundred distributed. Somebody paid for them, right? That's money. So you need money to make waves, to make noise, right? Got to subsidize. And I don't think anybody would have problems chipping in $1 to $5 once-off payment worldwide, right? To create a systematic strike that'll hurt. Let's all Venmo. I love Venmo. I freaking love Venmo. Venmo! That's it for Venmo. I'm not asking you to Venmo me. If I do this, I'll set up a legitimate company, a legitimate enterprise that's faces accounting, has a URL where we get some foot soldiers out in every city to collect names and emails, right? People, couple of volunteers. Volunteering is a powerful thing, my friends. Powerful. Just willing to volunteer 2-3 hours of your time, how much you can achieve by just stepping up in every city, going out there and say, hey, do you knock on the guy's window? You know he's an Uber or Lyft driver. Why? He has a sticker on it and he's sitting there at a parking lot. Dude, are you maybe willing to put your name and your email down for an international, national strike? Would you be so kind to share that information with us? Who got that information? A volunteer, right? So when you set up these websites, right, and you put out messages through all the YouTube channels, including myself, saying, hey, we're seeking volunteers on a given Saturday just to go out there for 1 or 2 hours to the busy areas, the airport holding lots, event places, get the names. And then we rally all of those names together. A long, long list of thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of drivers. And then we start systematically making a plan, right? I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to spend $5,000, $10,000 setting up a nice, maybe more on the end of $10,000, sending out a nice infrastructure, websites, getting out volunteer groups, right? Because when they hear we volunteering, that's when they know we're getting organized and scared, my friends. Okay, let's see. I'm making the video about the hamster wheel, right? Let's just see. They just responded again. Okay. This is insanity, right? When you're doing the same thing and the same thing and the same thing and you're expecting different results. This is insanity. So hi, Torsten. Remember that message that I showed you in the back there? This one here, right? On the same issue. 14 minutes later, right now. I hope you can provide me with more information about this, as we are unable to locate the details about the driver referral. The driver referral, my friend, is right there. We're talking about this live. This just came in live, right? There it is. They signed up. I got the confirmation. He's in my app. He's done 25. There's his name. You've been given all the details. But hey, let's keep you in this little hamster wheel. Guys, the second message from a different person, identical to that one, maybe slightly different. Thanks for your understanding. I'm not understanding you, so don't say thank you. I'm not understanding you. I don't understand insanity. So waiting for your reply. Waiting for your reply means, hey, mister, get back in that little hamster wheel. Spin around for a while. We'll be waiting for your reply. Jesus Christ, help me. I love the videos. Well, I love you guys. Very intelligent. Great name, very intelligent. I love it. Lyft slave. I'm Lyft now. Uber fired last year. I don't want you to call yourself a slave. Lyft slave. Lyft pioneer. Lyft legend. Lyft master. Lyft pro. But okay, got my attention. John Buffington from Vancouver, just across Columbia River from Portland, Oregon. Beautiful, beautiful part of the world. Pristine, clean, stunning. Best fish, best salmon up there. James Olmida, Uber Lyft is like modern day slavery minus the cotton fields. Ah, that hurt, buddy. Don't say that. That's a sore point for a lot of people. So you shouldn't. But yeah, I hear you. I hear you. You are right. But it does hurt a lot of people when we bring up those words, you know. That should be past and buried, and we should move on to much greater things together. Yeah, that's the definition of insanity. Why do you think they removed the incentive to refer people? The amount is so low. Well, I think they did that right now so that they can please shareholders and investors, right? Desperately show that they're making some money. Let me see. My phone is burning up. Let me just see if there's anything urgent. So I just got a text message from, I don't know, from a person without a name. And they texted me from a 301 number and said, Lyft is not giving you the referral and not giving me the sign-on bonus. That's not nice, Lyft. Why are you doing that to us? Probably just lost some more money there. James Campbell, my incentive is still potentially 500 for referrals. Potentially, yeah. You used the right word, potentially. Eric Jovel, after my initial 100 trips, they told me I was too late for the bonus. Could not get them past that BS. There we go. That I know that excuse. I've heard it. That's in my portfolio of what I call malicious excuses, right? Not to pay you out. They have a little booklet that they read from. And it's designed to frustrate you. It's designed to make you walk away. Let's see. Damn, these people are burning up my frickin' phone today. Another guy, Justin Williams, writes me, sends me a screenshot and says, this invitation has been successfully applied to your account. So what I got to do now is go and see, was it successfully applied? And again, if they don't pay out, what is their excuse that they're not going to pay out? So it's a vicious wheel. Uber has been incurring lawsuits, so I'm sure rather than Uber take and pay cut, it rolls downhill. Elaborate a little bit on that one more. Baris Carabal. Hi, Mr. T. Hi, Mr. B. Okay, last time I'm writing this, I think Ed's trying to get a shout out here. A certain someone here in Chicago would say to stop complaining and just drive. What do you say to him? Well, if the certain someone doesn't have a name, then how can we give him any energy if he wants to remain nameless? Put a name behind it, I'll answer that question, right? But that's like, there's no proof of an individual, right? If you're not willing to stand up and say, hey, I so-and-so say so-and-so, statement has no value. Hiding in the sidelines as Mr. Anonymous doesn't help me. If you're a whistleblower, all the respect. Whistleblowers only go out and share information because they need their name protected, right? But share the name. Geo. Look, I've said a lot about Geo. Thank you for putting the name out there. Stop complaining. I hear a lot of complaining from Geo, right? I just watch his videos. So if he says somebody else should shut up and not complain, you know, it's called psychological projection. He's doing it himself, right? And the other thing is, he's off on a bad start with me. He was mocking my international referrals. He was mocking my accent, you know, and I'll compare bank accounts with him any day. I will compare achievements with him any day of the week. I'll compare degrees with him any day of the week, right? So all I can say is he's a hard worker. I admire and respect that he puts in those hours. He gets decent money each week. I think he drives an Excel vehicle. He drives a lot. But if you talk smack and you start talking smack to me, expect to get it back. Pretty clear on that, how I feel about the guy. I don't think Gio works for Uber. I think he's a damn hard worker. Probably one of the hardest Chicago workers, and he's done a great job. You know, I'll give him that. He's done a great job building out a good channel, and he brings really, really good stories, right? He brings really good opinions sometimes, right? But we don't have to talk smack about brothers and sisters. I've only spoken smack about 2 people in this industry, and the one I backed down, I actually issued a apology because I said to the guy it was just copying content, and I backed down from it. And then the other one, you guys may have seen one of my videos. I don't know, what is that guy's name? Credeur. Now listen, the guy's a legend as far as trips. I think he's over 20,000 trips, but there he is showing people how to cheat the system, stop rides, cancel rides, because he doesn't want to take that trip, right? He was literally showing how to do it with Uber and Lyft, which I think is unfair on 2 parties. Unfair to the next driver who has to pick that one up. Unfair on the passenger who may miss their flight or their business meeting. I've been in those situations where I've missed meetings or important times because I could see the guy canceled right at the end because they could see where I was going, right? It was a long, long trip and they just didn't want to do it. So I think that the destination should be put out there. Why doesn't Uber and Lyft tell us right away, hey, this guy is going to the airport. I don't want that trip. Right there and then, not keeping the passenger waiting, cancel it. The next guy or the next guy might really, really want and appreciate that trip. So why not have the destination known right from the get-go? Why keep it a secret, Uber and Lyft? I seriously don't get that, right? Instead of setting yourself up for a problem, passengers waiting 20 minutes, it's going to be fucking pissed as hell because the guy doesn't show up because he canceled right at the end. Why not if the guy's 15 minutes out and says, you know what, this guy, I have to drive all the way there and he wants to go all the way there. No, I cancel. I'm not going to take that one, right? I pass. Give the next guy or the next guy the opportunity. The destination should be made known, right? This here, the video that I made today, the Uber hamster wheel, a cleverly, maliciously designed way by the Uber helpline to frustrate drivers, to keep drivers in the dark, to have drivers give up and not fight for their referral monies. The excuses that these guys have concocted, it's the book of excuses, right? Why they do not want to pay you. And it's shameful. It's shameful. And the guys overseas there working at this are sharing and spewing the lie, choosing from their little options of autoresponders or options of excuses to get you back in that hamster wheel. It's a massive problem if subpoenas and legal things start going out, and if they get recordings and they find out how much money these guys did not pay out. I'm coming after 300,000K, right? The question is when. I have a 3-year statute of limitations. The Texas rideshare guy, hello Texas. I've been testing the luxury market this weekend and waiting at the airport for 2 hours sucks. When I get my new car in 2 weeks ago, I was making no less than $200 a day. You cannot rely just on an airport and think, oh my God, I'm going to sit here at an airport and I'm going to pick up Lux people. No, you got to know your city and you got to know where all the Lux venues are, right? Let me give you an example of LA. I know that the luxury restaurants, Nobu, Ocean Mastros, Joffrey's, all up PCH around Sunset. I know that some high-end restaurants like the Lobster and that are around Santa Monica on Ocean Drive. I know that all the high-end hotels, the Viceroy, Casa del Mar, Shutters, Lowe's Hotel, the Georgian, all on Ocean Drive in Santa Monica. I know that over in Beverly Hills in the 90210, the Peninsula, the Montage, right? All of those hotels. These are all luxe. I got to know all the luxe areas if I'm committing to an S550 or a 750 BMW. I cannot just say, well, I'm going to go to an airport and wait 2 hours, right? If that's all you're willing to do is wait in an airport, you are going to wait 1 or 2 hours and you're going to make limited money. You need to know what part of the city you're in and where do I need to go to at what time, when and where do I need to go because I have a luxury car, right? Get your high society magazines, find out, go to the hotels, find out when the big fundraisers, the big events are. That's where you want to be, right? Even if it's just 700, 800 people, right? They come to a fundraiser for a hotel. They fly in from New York. They fly in from Salt Lake, for wherever they are, from all the Hamptons, you know, for a big fundraiser. You want to know, where does this take place? Is it at the Bel Air Hotel, right? What's going on there on a Saturday night, right? What's going on at that big event? I know that if Guns N' Roses or Foo Fighters or whoever plays Staples Center Forum or Rose Bowl, Queen, whatever it is, not Queen, U2, there are going to be luxe trips, right? So you got to know the lay of the land, the lay of your city, the times of your city. To rely 100% on Rodeo Drive, right? Canaan, right? I was in LA, Rodeo Drive, Canaan, Wilshire, tons of high-end venues for luxe, right? You got to know your city. Don't rely on 1 or 2 places. And what you can do, there's no excuse for every single category. For X, XL, Select, Black, SUV, Lux, the same equivalent in Lyft, you could set up a 30-day calendar. Go to StubHub.com, go to all these event websites in your city. Look at what's going on. Sports-wise, tons of different sports. Ice hockey, football, basketball, tennis out in Palm Springs, whatever the case may be, Golf Masters, Torrey Pines. You got to get all those events into your calendar. You got to get all the concerts into your calendar. I'm in LA, Amphitheater, Greek Theater, Rose Bowl, Forum, Staples Center, Pantages, Wilton. I got to go to all of their websites and start filling out my 30-day calendar, right? That's it. That's how you stay busy. That's how you make money. Any advice on Coachella? I'm going second weekend to Coachella, private clients and a little bit of Uber and Lyft driving. Coachella, I have some really good advice for the people going to Coachella. Sitting at that parking lot, waiting for the ping, you're wasting time. Drop off, get out, go up to La Quinta, get 5-10 minutes out. Don't drive all the way back to Palm Springs unless you're taking somebody back to Palm Springs, right? But you want a lot of inbound trips. Inbound, drop off, get out. Inbound, drop off, get out. That's how you make my biggest money-making weekend ever was on Coachella several years ago, where I made $4,900. Out of the 24 hours, I was working 20 hours with 4 hours sleep, 20 hours with 4 hours sleep, 20 hours with 4 hours sleep in 3 days. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and taking people back. I was advertising on Craigslist. Hey, anybody need to go to Coachella? Fill the car up, $450, $500. Anybody leaving need a trip after Coachella on Sunday night late or Monday morning. So I brought people back on Sunday night and on Monday morning, $500, $500. So 3 trips right there already. I'd made close on to $1,500. Tons of cash. Like because I had my TCP license, I could literally switch off Uber and Lyft. Thank God for my TCP. I had people offering me cash because they couldn't get an Uber and a Lyft, or they were at an after party at 3 a.m. in the morning. They couldn't get an Uber and a Lyft. There were not enough drivers, right? The people were, it was an auction going, I'll pay 100, I'll pay 50, I'll pay 150, I'll pay 200. I'll take the highest cash bid as cash in my car, $4,900. Friday, Saturday, all of Sunday and Monday morning. Right? That's Coachella. The only time it's worthwhile, when you look at the itinerary, it usually ends 12:30 at night. That's a good time to be on the parking lot because the surge goes through the roof, through the roof. I think I had one trip, which was a multiplicator 7 surge, and I think I ended up making close on to 500 and something just to take 15 minutes, 15, 20 minutes for people from Coachella back to Palm Springs because it was a multiplicator set times 7 or 7.5, right? You know, you need to know when to be on that parking lot, but to sit on that parking lot during the day in that dust, the car is just going to get so dirty, right? The dust is going to get inside your car. You're going to be sweating. Your body odor is going to go off the freaking charts. That's not the way to do Coachella. Coachella, mark my words, get into La Quinta, surroundings down there where the big resorts, hotels are, close to the tennis, where the tennis championships, what is it called? Help me out. Get down there, get down to the Ritz Hotel and do inbounds, drop off and get back out. Who in the house here has done Coachella? Rideshare hacker XL is popping in Boston. I can totally understand that XL is popping in Boston because in the big cities, the XL works, right? Whether it's New York, New Jersey, Boston, LA, San Francisco, XL works because it's the less equivalent. It's the equivalent as far as passenger goes to the SUV at half the price. It's a great category. James Campbell, get a gym membership with a multi-site access wash up when needed. Good one, yeah, that works. Does work, he's smart. Savage Scientist, I hate Lyft. That's a statement. The rideshare hacker, Torsten, can I be your Boston ambassador? You can be in Boston ambassador. Just go and start up a website. Report back to us on Boston. Tell us stories about Boston, what works for you in Excel in Boston. Go live, right? We'll give you a shout out. We'll get your channel going. These people are going to go and subscribe. Go and become an ambassador. Anyone can become an ambassador of a city. Everyone in this chat room is qualified to give feedback about their city. Why? Because every one of you have experiences. Every one of you have done the airport several times. Every one of you have done certain suburbs certain times. So you know the lay of the land, when and where to be there. So, you know, this is the easiest thing, guys, is that we heard all of these people. We heard people in Chicago. We heard back from people in Houston. We heard back from people in Philly. All of you guys can become ambassadors. You can use your phone. You can make a quick video and say, hey, I'm here at the airport in Philly, blah, blah, blah. I'm at this airport in Boston. This is what I suggest you do here. Post it to your channel. Become an ambassador. Become a voice for your city. I want to see you sign up, people. I want to see you get paid. But you only get paid if you're willing to go and do their little song and dance, right? I know their song and dance. And I don't give up because what they're hoping is with this Uber hamster wheel method is that you walk away, is that you tire out, that you give up. No. I'm relentless. I'll call them back. I'll call them back. I'll call manager. They'll say it's not, supervisor's not here. They'll call you back. They don't call back. Call back. And if need be, I will open 15, 20 tickets on a specific issue. And then finally, it gets resolved, right? So yeah, I will work this system because I know that they have a system in place to work us, right? So they think they can force the hamster wheel onto me. I take the hamster wheel and I put it straight back in their office and I say, you guys spin around a little bit now. Jamie Almeida, Torsten, wish you had an app for ride sharing. I wish I could have started a rideshare company, could have, would have, should have. Needs money. As you can see, the guys with Trip, they're trying to do it all without money. Their launch date has been delayed December, January, February, March. Now we're in April. Now they say maybe June. You don't have money, you can't start a rideshare business. You need you need a lot of money, right? And I think the main thing is you need money for smart advertising to attract drivers and passengers. After that, I think it's a slam dunk. This technology, the software is already out there. You don't have to spend crazy money on that. You can buy that. But it's about starting a new brand, starting a new rideshare company, and going after those weaknesses of Uber and Lyft and capitalizing on those weaknesses and getting the drivers away from Uber and Lyft and putting things in place that the passengers can benefit from, right? If the passengers have an interface, a rider interface, where they get all these discounts from these type of stores and blah, 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 blah. If you really show a passenger that your new company cares for them, they'll come to you. They're not loyal to Uber or Lyft. They will come and try you out. Los Angeles, Unstoppable Bubba, you never answered my text. You're going to be bringing your new trailer. I'm not going to bring my trailer, and I'll tell you why, because a lot of the top brass of Uber and Lyft, a lot of the area managers are up there, and they do not like to see the side-by-side branding, right? They do not like that. So I would be asking for problems, right? If I appeared in one of these, and there's 3 at the moment, right? If I went onto an Uber parking lot or past an Uber parking lot or past the Uber regional managers in this vehicle, I'm opening up a can of worms. I might do that last Sunday, come back and say, hey, I'm not going to make money that day. I might stick around in Palm Springs for the last Sunday. That's when I'm thinking of coming up with the Uber truck, right? But I thought about this. I don't want to shake the tree too much. I've already been shaking, going dark night on them for 2 weeks, right? I'm telling you, if you still work Uber and Lyft correctly, there's a lot of money to be made, especially if you're driving Uber, Lyft, and TCP. And hopefully you can rally a better car than an UberX, right? But if that's all you can afford, I don't judge you. I will show you how to succeed in X as well. Let's see, what else am I getting here? Cool. Steve Mayer, Forest Lake, Minnesota, just texted me. Yeah, I like that. He sent me a good text, and yes, Steve, I will get back to you on that. Thank you for sharing that. He's from the Transit Union. Showed me his membership. Looks like he has a lot of power there, which is cool. We need people like that. I think Google needs to buy out Lyft and Uber. I think Google has enough of a stake in both companies that they don't have to buy them out, right? They have so much power and leverage and money in both these companies and invested interest that I don't think they'd have to buy them out, right? Maybe down the line, depending on how these stocks behave, people might make moves on the companies and buy them out. But they're gonna let the marketplace. They're gonna watch the marketplace for quite a while, see how Lyft, just as Lyft has been behaving in a specific way. Right now they're down. I'm right now losing money with my Lyft stock, but I don't care because I'm not in it for short term. I'm in it for long term. So I'm willing to ride it out. Jamie Almeida, if I had my own rideshare app, I'll be giving all the drivers 80% and charge the minimum $150 a mile. I think you can do that if you have a great service, right? If you have a good service for drivers and a lot of value for passengers, you could start charging those rates. But people are, still cheap. The passenger will still go for the cheapest rates, right? And that's why this pool thing and this destroys it, man, because it just sets the bar so low. And now with the Lyft Ride Pass, have you heard of the Lyft Ride Pass with all these discount Uber vouchers, how they're discounting the trips, right? Again, this idiot Sacco K that took me on he's an investor from Wall Street, says that the vouchers and that is the best thing that the Uber execs did because it shows volume. Yes, it does show volume, but it also discounts and weakens and lessens your brand name by discounting everything, because later on those deficits have to be made up. So it might be a temporary score IPO time because you're showing volume, but all of those deficits have to be made up. They don't just magically vanish, right? They will be made up with the drivers. And that puts more pressure on the drivers, and that's when I think the strikes start happening. And that's when I think they better watch out with their stock price, because when people are going to become organized and they start striking in the United States and abroad, that's when Uber and Lyft are in a lot of trouble. What else? Because I'm going to wrap it up. Rideshare Professor, how do you get your TCP in Houston? The guy that you want to hit up, guys, for the TCP, here he is. That's his website, and you ask for Alex. He's the best. He'll give you all the advice, the best rates, does it in the record time. Hit him up and you tell him Rideshare Professor Torsten sent you, right? Because it's involved. There's several things that you have to do. You have to form a company. You have to get your car weighed. You have to go through the DMV. There are several steps you have to do that you have to jump through in order to get your chartered permit license. Hit him up. Alex, Business Rocket, just gave you a free lead. I will vouch for the guy all day long, right? Los Angeles, Unstoppable Bubba at Burbank Airport waiting for that Coachella ride. Nice. 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 Okay, I hope you get it. I hope it takes you out there. Airports are good places to, a lot of people want to fly in, my friend, and if that thing takes you out to Coachella, nice. I like your thinking. Eric Javel, thanks, buddy. You are more than welcome, my friend. I'm going to be wrapping it up. Anything? Thanks for the advice. God bless you. God bless you too, my friend. Be safe. You drive safe as well. Appreciate you. Thumbs up. The Rideshare Hacker, Torsten, if it wasn't for you, I would have never started my channel. Just hit 180 subscribers. Beautiful. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have started my channel. You hit 180 subscribers. Go to the Rideshare Hacker and subscribe to him. I'm going to go and check. I do recognize your face, and I do appreciate your good feedback. Go and subscribe him. Go and support him. Make him a voice. Empower him with your subscriptions, with his videos, because we will need to rally around together, all of us, in the near future, right? All the rideshare soldiers, we will have to rally together. Mark my words, it's coming, right? So thumbs up. I'm out, buddy. My video today was about the Uber hamster wheel, the ways and means they're designed to confuse us, to not resolve issues, to keep us in that wheel, to treat us like hamsters, human hamsters, same thing in their eyes, I think. And I don't like it, right? I'm $300,000 down. I've still, that money is owed to me. I will go after it, right? They had no right to cut hundreds and hundreds of referrals just because they introduced a new law. They should know that those drivers were grandfathered in. I hope they do understand their grandfathered laws. They will lose on that one, and they will pay up. I will still collect a big check from Uber, mark my words, right? But right now, they don't want to talk to me. They don't want to answer my emails. They don't want to answer my letters. And I understand why, but it's okay. I'm very patient, and I continue collecting evidence. My friends, rally, baby. VC with RP. I love that. I like that. Can I borrow that? You guys are wonderful. Go out there, make money, film in a safe spot, not driving and then filming with one, Don't do that. Dangerous. Stop. Film, talk about it, report back. make videos, start your channel, and announce your channel here so we can go to you like the Rideshare hack and say, hey, subscribe to him, make him powerful, make him a voice. Next guy in Philly, got a lot of videos. Next guy in Chicago makes videos, you know, talks about the places in Chicago like Geo does, or San Francisco, wherever you are. Make videos, become an ambassador, come and announce it here, share your links with us, your first video. Let us rally around you. Let us make you another powerful voice, because the day will come we'll have to call upon all the rideshare soldiers. I know it, it's going to come. And I have a feeling it's going to be in 2019, not even in 2020. I think it's still going to be this year. And this year is still many months. We're only in April, right? We've got 8 more months to go. So, too funny. I always try to be funny, but if you don't inject a little bit of humor here, you know, would you rather like to be happy, or would you rather like me to say things that make you sad? I think we should be happy. I have 2 videos on showing the math behind Uber. Cool. Put it out there. Share it with us. I found your channel because you posted a video with Omaha in the title, Genius Marketing Tactic. Yeah, my background is marketing, man. That's where I did my business in e-commerce and marketing. So yeah, I love marketing. As you can see, I'm marketing myself again. If you want to sign up right now, I'm marketing right now. My codes are underneath here. Sign up, they'll give you the help and the support and the training. It's marketing. I can do it, you can do it. Texas Rideshare Guy, I appreciate you. Savage Scientist, Rick Reviews, Los Angeles Unstoppable, James Campbell in the house. I'm checking out. Greetings from, how do you pronounce that? Massapequa, New York. Hair MSPQ. Damn, that's a difficult one. One video went viral on World Star Hip Hop. Yeah, I've looked at some of your videos. I know I've commented, I think, on some of your videos. So keep the energy coming. And by all means, use this channel and Dustin's channel either to promote yourself. Jump in there, mix it up, man. Right? Use platforms that are live. Go in there and mix it up. You know, one girl who does it very well, Uber girl Paula. She's not in the house today, but she gets in and she markets herself, right? She will do this for you, this for you, this for you. It's marketing. You can use this as your marketing platform. You can use this to pop links in here, right? And promote your latest video, or you have my permission to do that. You can do that, right? You got to think marketing wise, but you become an ambassador when you feel like, hey, I have value that I can share in my city. I can share it with newbies, with newcomers, you know, and they migrate to you as an ambassador and they look up to you and they say, wow, this guy actually helped me with figuring out my morning schedule. This guy actually helped me how to handle the best way at an airport. This guy actually showed me where I get the most pickups in the business hours or after work, right? Become an ambassador for your city. Yeah, Uber girl, where are you? That's all. Uber girl, where are you? She's not here, folks. She's usually in the house. Massapequa. There we go. Thank you. Yeah. Get in those rooms. Get in Dustin's room. Harry, the Rideshare Guy's room. Market yourselves. Get subscribers. It's not easy to get subscribers. It's really, really not easy to get subscribers. I do go into a lot of length, folks, explaining how to get subscribers. We go, giving you guys a code. I do go into a lot of length and share my formula, cards on the table, how I did it. Marketing a video is not about just choosing a current and a good topic, a good title and a good description, but most importantly, listen to this, anybody that's thinking of doing this, is the key tags, right? There's a certain amount of tags. Let's say the maximum tags, comma separated, they have to be comma separated, or about 20 to 25 tags. I will tell you that 99% of YouTubers might only put in 2 or 3 or 4 keywords. The other percent, or the other 0.5% knows that they can saturate that field with about 25 keywords. Keywords are the way that people search, right? Keywords are what people put into Google. A keyword doesn't have to be a single word. It can be a combination of words. Santa Monica real estate, 4 words, right? Clearly shouts out exactly what you're looking for. You might be a buyer or a seller, right? Or you're looking Santa Monica apartments, Santa Monica studios, Santa Monica guest houses, Santa Monica homes for rent, Santa Monica townhomes for rent, Santa Monica townhouses for rent, right? Santa Monica rentals, Santa Monica renting, Santa Monica agent, Santa Monica broker, Santa Monica real estate. You see what I mean? There's just so many ways you can conduct a search. You have to cover those combinations. City specific, business specific, real estate, rideshare, city specific, Venice, Marina del Rey, Santa Monica Pacific Palisades, Culver City, Beverly Hills, West Los Angeles, Sherman Oaks, Studio City, Torrance, Manhattan Beach, Redondo Beach, Hermosa Beach, Hollywood, West Hollywood, Pasadena, Van Nuys, Woodland Hills, Calabasas, Thousand Oaks. I can go on and on and on. Those are all area-specific searches, right? Coupled with the industry, real estate, hairdressers, car rentals, rideshare, right? So you have very, very specific searches that get you specific inquiries, right? Think about that next time you're out there conducting your marketing. Think about the neighborhood or the city that you want to promote, because you might just be promoting Los Angeles, right? But you know that I could name 30, 40 neighborhoods in Los Angeles. And that means I could be picking up people in those pockets, right? In Beverly Hills, in Culver City, in Santa Monica, right? But I'm not throwing a wide net marketing-wise if I'm just focusing on the keyword Los Angeles. So when you guys set up your videos, this is the trick, is to truly, truly, right? It's a nice, beautiful antique box that I got handed down to me. So you guys got to think outside of the box, right? Not just inside the boxes. In the box, I can assure you there's 3 or 4 keywords. Outside of the box, there's about 25, 30 keywords and a lot of traffic. I leave you on that note. I hope that opens up a whole new horizon for you. Great topic we covered today, I think. Uber, listen up. Stop playing shenanigans with the referrals. We know you are. I know you are, and I will be acting on it. Thumbs up, everyone. I'm out of here. Got a long day. I want to also look in at the Champions League soccer results to see what's going on in the Barcelona game, to see what's going on in the Juventus Ajax Amsterdam game. Want to see what the soccer scores are there. Later, Rick reviews. Peace, Texas rideshare guy. Search engine optimization we'll talk about, Savage Scientist. Too many people spend too much time and too much money on SEO. Way easier ways to get traffic. Have a great day, guys. Jerry Hoffman just jumped into the room as I'm going out. He says, hey, Professor, I'm late, but I'm here. I hear you. I see you. And I wave goodbye, Jerry. I got to go. Otherwise, I'll be here all day. God bless you guys. Love you. Have a great one.